want to welcome everyone to the family tree. Put y'all.
Yeah.
Welcome on through.
That's what's
Good
up.
to
That's
see
what's
everybody. You're looking fresh. You're looking like you had a good day.
up. Yeah, man.
Remember, you don't want nobody looking all sad, right?
Wow.
Put on their head.
Wow.
As they say, look, you dip in prune juice. Don't want to
Look out, man. Can't be having no prune juice in the house.
No prune juice.
Prune juice is out. Yeah,
all
buddy.
Right. So we're gonna get started, and I'm gonna fade on out of here with this big.
All right.
And we're gonna get started.
Yes,
And I want to say again, let's give a shout out to our host with the most. That is Bill 1L.
Yo, buddy.
In my
Yes,
hand,
sir.
y'all.
That's right.
All right,
everybody.
Big B.
How you doing, buddy?
All right, man. We're doing well, man.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. That's what's up.
The weather's changing, man.
What do you mean changing? It's changed it already.
It's changed it
Yeah,
already.
Man. It's starting to get kicky time. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm just grateful that it's not really cold yet, because you know what, December will be here in a half a second, but October, at the end of October, around Thanksgiving, around Halloween, it just it drops right in the floor.
Be in that blackout zone. You remember that
man,
blackout zone?
That's exactly right.
People experiencing, this is the time when those that are from the Caribbean and places like down by the equator have the roughest time, because it's the sun. The sun is where we get the most energy, and closer by the equator.
Yes.
This time, did anybody see the moon last night?
Man.
Did you see the moon last night? Was it something very eerie about that?
Yeah, it was really crazy.
It was something. It was great. Yes.
It was unbelievable. I've never seen a first moon, right?
Yeah.
When it was that big, and it was almost like it was a blood moon. Y'all know what a blood moon is, right?
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. That was an incredible sight. And I, was picking up my son from Drexel, and I was riding into town. It was an incredible scene it was like it was just hanging over the city.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
We have moons like that all the time in Texas.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful.
See, that's because y'all just pay the moon to hang out in Texas. That's all we know.
Did you take a picture? Did you snap a picture?
No, I couldn't take a picture because I was driving.
He was driving.
But it was an incredible. Yeah, I could have, but no, I wasn't gonna do that.
Red light.
All right.
we gotta get you in your car a camera, Dr. Paul, so when you drive,
Yeah, right.
It automatically kind of follow the moon wherever you go.
I hear you.
The real spooky is by the way, you know what? I'll share this with you later on. But there's a new kind of a webcam that's out there right now that we can use that's IP controllable even inside of Zoom, brother. You can actually and it will follow you no matter where you go. It's really kind of nice.
Okay.
Be able to get up and run around somewhere, we'll still be able to find you. How about that?
I hear you. Okay, Big B, get us started, man. Tell us about what's going on in the world right now, and tell us how things are shaping up, with our numbers from our favorite website. Get us started, okay?
All right, everybody. Here we go. Of course, our favorite website is what? NCOV2019.live. And these are our numbers as of 12 minutes ago, Dr. Paul. We're looking at total confirmed cases of 252,069,470. You hear that? And our total critical cases is at 77,015. Total deceased, 5,086,927. Total active cases, 20,511,613. Our total recovered, okay, here we go, drum roll. Total recovered, guys, 226,415,947. Great mental health moment for everybody. If you weren't listening, know that, guess what, guys? People are coming out of this thing in good shape. So just know that, you know what? Somebody's looking over your shoulder.
Yeah.
And feed the body the right way, the right thing, you're gonna always be back and in step
Yeah,
with what we're
yeah.
doing right
That
here on
number,
this.
that number is incredible, man. We don't have any reports going on. Usually this is the time when people do the epidemiologists reports and say, let's follow up with that to see what's going on. How can we make this thing better? But I haven't heard anything, man. This is
Nope,
so quiet
nope.
right now.
It's
You
getting
know.
real quiet. Not getting has already gotten quiet.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know.
So you were at 220. You had 226 million.
Yeah, 226,415,947 total recovered cases.
All right, all right. And
Okay.
that's from our favorite website. If you are joining us for the very first time, this is the
Dot
ncov2019.live.
live,
That's a
right.
website we go to, has all the epidemiologist reports for everything that you're doing. And that pulls down in real live time. That's from around the world. From all the different countries. And if you have someone living somewhere, you can find out what their numbers are in that specific city, that country, wherever you want in the world. It should be on that website. So
That's right.
utilize that as a resource. We've been using this thing for over a year now, Big B.
That's
And
right.
it's been very, very beneficial for us because it keeps us up to date on what's really going on. So we cherish that site. And so also keep that on your easy find on your search engine and also on
Yes,
your
yes.
laptops and your tablets and also your phones. All right. Okay, let's get started, family. I'm going to open up the lines and then we're going to start to bring folks in. If you are joining us for the very first time, this is the Family Tree. And from this, we say the Family Tree is the place where we gather around the tree to talk about everything that's going on in the world. And this is where we always say if you want to find out real information, you go to the family, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
You got to say it slow. Social security.
Security.
What's social
There you go. Social
security?
security.
Social security is not a check, it's your family. And
That's
that's
right.
why
That's
we're
right.
going back to the ancient concept of going around the tree. And if you have anything that's going on with the family, usually the closest way around your family is really where your solution is. So we welcome you this evening and we ask that if there's any question that you have, there are no dumb questions. And the only question that is dumb, we say, is the one you didn't ask.
That's
So
right.
reach down to your panel, down to the lower right hand, you'll see a reactions. You hit that reaction. If you have a question, concern, comment, testimony, anything, we want to hear because we learn the best from each other.
That's right.
So
That's exactly right.
what we're gonna do is you raise your hand. We'll see your hand over there, like Big B over there. See Big B? I don't think he got his hand up.
Not yet.
Not
Not yet. Not
He'll
yet.
throw his hand up in a second, and we'll try to get to your questions. Now, we can't get everybody.
There's my hand. There's my hand right there.
We can't get everybody, but we'll try our best. And if we can't answer the question, we'll get the answer for you. Also, if you are someone that may not want to go on the visual, you can actually put in the chat box.
There you go. That's right.
Absolutely. Put in the chat box your question. Big B over there will try to, feel that out of there and then ask the question and we'll get him in and we'll answer the question there. Or if you are calling in and you're by phone, we can of course see you. But if you have, just make it known that you are on the phone and we'll try to get your question in. How about that?
That's
How's
right.
that
That's
sound?
right. All right.
All right. Okay, family. I want to start off today because I got a testimony.
Uh-oh.
I got a testimony.
Bring it to it. Bring it to us.
Yes, yes.
Yes,
And I
sir.
hope, is she on? Let me see if she's on. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. There she is. She's right up there. And I want to say that I was totally blown away today. And I'm going to start off with the good vibration and the good feeling by Sister Sheila Amon. You here, Sheila? Hey, Sheila. How you doing?
Sit
She
there in
up
the corner.
there.
Hey, Miss Sheila. What's up?
Miss
What's
Sheila,
up?
unmute yourself.
Hello.
How you doing, Sheila? I'm going to say to the family, I got to put you on blast. And I'm going to put you on blast because you know what? Whenever I see something that is just, over the top, just mind blowing, I want to put you out there because you can help a lot of people. I want to say, Sheila, just tell the family your story. That's all I want you to do. Just tell your story, and then I'll fill it after that.
All right. I'm going to try to be a little vague, but my story began in July 2020.
Mute yourself, families. Mute yourself. Anybody in? Mute yourself. Okay, go ahead.
I was diagnosed with a condition. Immediately, my sister Colette, who is on as well, told me to go to Dr. Paul. Before you do anything, go to Dr. Paul. I came to Dr. Paul July of 2020, the 2nd of July. He gave me a formula to take. He told me to take it for 3 months religiously before I did anything else with the traditional doctors. I did it. I rebounded every day as well from July to September. I was going back to get another diagnosis that they said was there. When I stepped in the door, University of Pennsylvania Hospital, they ran all kind of tests on me, told me they couldn't find anything, no problem with me.
Let's
That's
give her
what's
a hand,
up.
y'all.
That's what's up. I love that.
Unbelievable. And
situation today. So I am so grateful and thankful for all your support.
Yes.
Appreciate you. My friends and family appreciate you. And my sister and I came to see you today.
yes, she came today and blew me away. She kind of held it back too, kind of wait till I got nice and grooving and cooking, and then she says, "I know something. I got to share something with you," and she shared that with me. And we're not going to get too, of course, personal with your situation or what happened, but they gave you the wrong kind of response. And then I always tell folks that, don't take things like that as gospel, because there's only one author and finisher of our faith.
Amen.
Amen.
There you go. Yes, sir.
And that means that you have to just understand that's as far as they can go. You got it? But then when you apply the principles, see, the reward is when you keep the universal principles in order. That's why I always say, know where you are at all time. Don't break the rules. Got it? Put those things in rules. And guess what? When you follow this thing, it can't not happen. You got that? Yes. It can't not happen.
Mute, Sheila.
Mute yourself. Mute yourself.
Thank you.
It can't not happen. And then amazing things can happen when you feed the body. The body has the ability to correct itself 11 times faster. Yes. So I want to thank you so much. And then Big B, I'm going to make you mad, Big B. I'm going to make you mad. I'm going to make you real mad. She bought me a shirt.
Shut the front door.
Yes, she did. She bought me a shirt. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this any justice. But can y'all see this shirt?
It says, I can't.
Can y'all see it?
No, not now.
No.
What does it say?
Probably says, not to diagnose people. I don't know.
Not yet.
All right, let me see. Wait a minute.
Okay.
There it is right there.
There it is, right there.
See it right there?
Yeah. We can see it, we can't read it, Dr.
I'm sorry. Man, it keeps messing up.
Cure, prevent any disease.
Just food for the soul.
That's nice.
Oh, ain't that cool?
That's what's up. That's what's
That's
up.
what's
That
up.
is too cool.
And then
Cool.
on the
Now that's
back-
what's up.
And then she did a quote on the back. What is it? Free to be. Free to be.
I know that's right.
Here on the back. And that was a quote by, I can't see the name down here.
That's how you, Seth, my son.
Yes, her son. Her
All right.
son, which has a book right here that I'm going to say everybody needs to support the brother. Tell him a little bit about your son.
Okay, the book is called Did I Stutter by Antar Youssef. It is a book of soliloquies. He is a profound writer, published that book. Everybody wanted, they could go on Amazon. It's right there for you. It's beautiful. We dedicated page 17 to Dr. Paul.
All right.
Oh, man.
See there? That's
Big
what.
B,
That's
man,
what's
let me
up,
tell you,
man.
man.
That is super.
Thank you so much, Sheila. I appreciate you. I appreciate the accolades, but you know what? I'm just doing what God has told me to do. And that's what we all do, is just follow through. I give God all the glory. But the most important thing, I wanted them to hear your testimony. You gave me this, and I thought that was just icing on the cake. But let me tell you, your testimony is going to help somebody that's listening right now. Because when you came through, I remember the situation so vividly. Because you said, "I'm going to make you remember my situation," and then I remembered how, when you came through, what they were telling you. So that's why when we apply this thing and we correct it, now you take that information, everything you did, go share that. You share it with everybody. Tell everybody how it happened, what you did, what you went through the process, because some people are really hanging on to the hope of what they hear somebody say.
Yes,
and
yes,
then
yes.
the bedside manner is horrible right now. It's horrible. They'll say, something and just walk out the door. And that's not the kind of language we need right now for times like this. For such times like this, we need compassion for people, and there's no compassion. So I applaud you, Sheila. Continue to do the great work you're
Yes,
doing.
yes,
Thank you so much for even just chiming in. And did you have a question that you had tonight, or were you just going to get
I
at
don't have a
that?
question, but I just want to remind people that you really have to have faith, and you have to
Amen.
Yes, yes.
and don't believe the hype.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Whatever it is that you want, whatever it is that you need, it is there for you.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Just have the faith.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Let's give her a hand, y'all. One
That's
more.
what-
Let's
now that's
give
what's
it a
up.
family
That's it.
tree.
That's exactly
We're going to
it.
give a family tree hug. How about that?
Wow. Arms from everywhere.
Remember we talked about neem?
Yes.
N-E-E-M, that neem tree?
Yeah, the neem tree.
Both me and my sister, you told us about neem and all the blood cleansing effects that it has on the body, cleansing the liver. We decided to put the neem water in our plants that appear to be we're struggling with surviving. We put the neem water in our plants. Our plants are absolutely gorgeous.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Isn't that awesome?
So
Yes,
try
yes,
it
yes.
and see
That's
what you get.
awesome.
All right, all right. Now that's what's up.
And so you just basically just boiled it for them, right?
I boiled the neem leaves, let it simmer and settle for a couple hours, then poured it into a big container.
Right, right, right.
Talk to them.
See, that's what's up.
And
Mm.
beautiful.
Excellent.
Nice and shiny and alive.
All
See,
right.
now that's what's up. That's really what's up. That's what's up.
And you know what the plant is grabbing? It's the magnesium. That's what's happened. The magnesium. We talked about how neem is very high in magnesium, and from that's what gives the plant the dark green, and it brings it back to life again. You ever see a tree browning at the edges, at the very bottom? Well, that's the tree actually saying that, the lower part we're dying, send the extra nutrients to the top. So now the brown is going to at the bottom, send it to the younglings up top. So it's trying to keep it moving. So that's why you'll see it that. But if you add a little magnesium to the plant, it'll come back. It'll come back strong. And matter of fact, it'll blossom from that and get even darker green. So thank you, Sheila. Appreciate you. Love you much. Thank you so much.
That's
Appreciate
what's up.
you.
That's what's up.
Yes.
Yes,
That's what's up.
absolutely.
Very
absolutely.
much so. Very much so.
All right, Big B. I had to get that one. I had to get her on
Man,
first, man.
look, I know that's right.
I had to show off my shirt anyway. I'm sorry, man.
Nothing wrong with that.
I
Not a
had to
thing
bring
wrong with
these
that.
shirts out, man. We got to get these shirts out.
Hey,
That's
hey,
right.
Helen, you know what? See that? He just mad because I had my socks. He had to get his shirt.
Ah, yeah, that's right. I can't beat them socks.
That's all right. That's all right, Dr. P. We love you, man. That's what's up.
As we say, them socks will stand by themselves.
Oh, man.
All right, Big B. Give me somebody on the chat, man. Give me
Okay,
somebody on the
listen.
chat.
There are a couple of real easy ones. First of all, the first one is what's a good herb to take for arthritis? That's number one.
Okay.
And then what is your view on creatinine?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, creatine.
Creatine, right? Well, let's talk about first one, arthritis. You remember
Right.
when we talk about arthritis, it's what? You can pretty much, everyone on this call can answer that one. Too much acid. When you're talking about too much acid, you gotta eliminate the acid forming foods. If you're going to start to do something, you gotta reduce the acid. It's all about the pH, y'all. Y'all know we talk about it all the time. You gotta get the pH right. If
Right.
the pH is off, when the pH is off, everything is off. So, I would just say no matter what you do, make sure. Okay,
I heard
somebody,
that. Get the
we're
phone.
gonna
Mute
reduce.
yours while
All
you're
right,
getting the
mute you.
phone.
Yeah, yeah. Come on now, come on, y'all. All right. So, what is the? It's anything green. That's what we
Yes,
say.
yes,
Anything
yes.
green. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you take that, that's basically what we do. We just get something that's going to be alkalizing. Got it? Anything
Right.
green. What's green, y'all? Land and sea. Got it? Land and sea. All right. Creatine is an organic compound. That's usually it's something that's used. You'll have creatine shakes and things like that, and some people are taking them. I tend to say that's too isolated. I don't use anything like creatine of any kind. Is I believe that's what she's speaking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Creatine.
That's all. That's what it says.
Is it creatine numbers or creatine?
It says creatine. Creatine.
Yeah, that's creatine.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically used. A lot of people are doing workouts and things like that use creatine. Yes. And usually I say you look for more dynamic things. Go to the plant. That's why we do the green drinks. These are organic compounds also. And they're used for building tissue, muscle tissue, brain tissue, all the tissue. That's why a lot of people that use it are like the weightlifters and things like
Right.
that.
Uh-huh.
But I've noticed that there have been some problems with creatine. It's out of balance. So remember, sometimes if it's just one element, you got to be sure you need that element. And that's why I tend to not work in just one specific nutrient unless that's what you're lacking.
Right.
It tend to have caused a lot of people some kidney problems for when you buy just straight creatine, and that's usually because they're not drinking water also. So I would say just do things that build tissue another way. We have what's called amino acids. And those amino acids are found best in what's called like brewer's yeast, which is a non-active yeast. Okay, it's called brewer's yeast.
Okay.
And the company I gave y'all a while ago is called Lewis Lab.
Right.
Okay, so that's more of a building block, protein builder, as opposed to something like a creatine or creatine.
Okay.
All right. What else?
That was it. Now here's another. How much water and baking soda should I use to clean a pint of blueberries, and how long should I soak them?
A pint of blueberries.
Blueberries,
You don't need much. Yeah, as long as it's aluminum free. Okay, that's basically it. Aluminum free baking soda. It doesn't take a lot. You can take the water and put it in a small bowl, and you can use a good water. Those are Crystal Geyser water or something like that. That works very well. And pulling off this thing called chlorophyll or chlorpyrifos.
Yeah. Okay.
And also some things and chemicals and residues that are cross-contaminated. You need something to pull that off. So that's what I would use.
Okay.
All right. Yeah,
All
you
right.
can use. I'm sorry, I didn't really say. It can be like a tablespoon is all you need.
Okay. All right. It's getting cold, Dr. Paul. Okay. Now, what type of wood can I burn in my fireplace that's safe for your health to burn?
Non-combustible. If you're looking at, there are some that you can buy. I believe Lowe's, because I don't have a fireplace now. I used to have a fireplace, and I used to use that. There was one that I got from Lowe's. I think it was Lowe's. And they actually can tell you what the wood is, the best wood would be. I would not know that. I would say just check in with something like a Lowe's or a Home Depot and ask them what's the one that they recommend right now. Because it's been a while since I've had a fireplace. And when I did use that, I used to have these special logs
Right.
that they had that would clean the chimney, because you got to watch your chimney, make sure your chimney's clean. And there were special cleaning things that you would have. So I remember it being very almost scientific at one time. So be careful with your chimneys. You got to clean them out, family, because just like your filters, make sure they're clean in preparation for the winter. I remember one time I got a bird caught up in one.
Ooh, ooh.
He came right down there. There was a bird one time. I had a squirrel trapped in one
Oh,
time.
nasty.
Oh yeah,
That's nasty.
when if you don't have like there's like a what is it called? It's like a protective piece, so it allows pests and things, because they'll jump in your
They sure will.
and
And
they
you
come
chimney
on
in a
down.
heartbeat.
They
Yes.
come right in your house.
Yes, they
So
will.
there's like a I don't even forget what it's
It's a
called.
screen.
Big B.
It's
like
a screen.
it's not a screen. Mine was actually not a screen. It was like a steel door.
Yeah.
It's like a damper. Yeah, because when you got to watch it now, sometimes you'll start the fire and don't know that you got it closed, and it'll
Yeah.
back up in your
You
house.
sure will. In a heartbeat.
What is it called? A shaft?
Called a chimney cat.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Chimney cat.
Chimney
Okay.
cat?
A cat. A chimney cat.
okay. Did you say cap?
Yeah, like a hat, a cat.
Oh, cap. Okay, chimney
Okay,
cap.
chimney cap.
All right,
Okay,
all right.
right.
Very good. Very good there.
So I would say check that out. Go to those places that you buy the wood. Find out where the wood's coming from, and and I would say check with them first. Got it?
On that point, what about folk who have gas fireplaces, Dr. Paul, and those things that look like that they would? Each year, don't they have to be cleaned? And what can you clean them with that doesn't make the house smell like who'd have thought it, and what for?
What you mean, like the gas ones that
Yes,
are? Which one? Which one? Because there's several different ones.
Oh,
Which one? You mean
the gas one, and they look that they have fake firewood that's there, and the fire comes up. What'd you say?
Artificial log.
Yes, artificial logs. Exactly. Thank you. Is there something that can be used either to wash or to spray on those things?
Not really. Remember, that's just if we're talking about the same thing. That's just decorative. That's all. And
Yeah, but remember that when you've got gas coming through that, it forms like a soot or something that's.
Yeah, but you know what? There's a lot of them that are a lot of people are switching off from the gas and they're getting just the electrical ones.
Right.
So now, for example, I have one of those. I have like one of the consoles where it has like in the bottom a little fireplace, like.
Right.
But they're all going to electric now because they're a lot easier and less managed. You got to do a lot of management with that. So I would suspect that though, if you're using gas, you do have to check those lines. The lines. Gas is really tricky with that, man. That's very, very tricky. Be careful with that one.
Okay.
I would say before anything, your filters need to be changed.
Right.
Okay. Every change of seasons, your filters have to be changed. Also, determine if you have to have humidifiers or dehumidifiers.
Right.
Okay. The reason why that's because some places are very humid, or there's not enough humidity,
Right.
and people tend to this time of year get blood. They have nosebleeds.
Yes.
And the nosebleeds come from dryness in the air from the heat, and it actually breaks these small little these little
little capillaries in it.
yeah, it's like little capillaries right in the nose, and then a lot of children start to have them.
Right.
That's when you know that you got a really dry air. A lot of children start to have nosebleeds. So I'm going to give you a solution for that, Big B. How about that? If the air's too dry, remember you want to check to see if you need humidifier or dehumidifier.
Right.
But what we use for noses, if you have a serious cases of the nosebleed, we take castor oil.
Ooh. Go back to the
Castor
old ways, boy.
Castor oil. Take castor oil and you put it on a little small Q-tip and you run it around the nostrils. That's what you would do.
To
And it actually is an
keep it pliable.
excellent lubricant.
Yes, yeah, that makes
keeps
sense.
The mucous membranes in the nose nice and lubricated. That's what
great.
stops a lot of the children's
That sounds good.
nosebleeds.
That sounds like a good one, man. Appreciate that.
Very good one. Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. So, how does one know if they have a hernia, Dr. Paul?
Well, if they have a hernia, you got to ask what kind of hernia. Hernia is a break or, breaking through of the skin from usually the intestines. You can have a hiatal, which is up high, or it goes down low, sometimes on the left or the right side. A lot of men get the hiatal hernias up top around the belly button, or it can also go as far as down into the groin, which is on the inguinal, called the inguinal. So it's either left side or the right side. So that's usually starts by a bulge. Okay, you'll see a bulge in those areas. If there's still a bulge, and sometimes you'll be a sort of drawing pain. Sometimes it becomes painful. So you have, for men, there's these rings. They're called inguinal rings, right? And this to be what happens when boys are born. The testes are up top, and then they drop through these holes, and those rings close. Got it?
Okay.
And when they close, they're supposed to be secure. But if you start to do, like, as boys in sports and things like that, we get rough and rugged. If you start to lift with your with your back instead of your legs, you can strain those areas of those inguinal rings, and they open, and then part of the intestines can move down in there. That's going to be painful. That's going to be very painful. Some will call it even a sports hernia.
Okay.
Women get them also, and this is actually may come through the belly button, could go in the groin area also. So they use what's called mesh. They use a mesh to actually cover it. And some people may have had a mesh surgery with hernia surgery. Did they mention anything about that on there?
No.
On that question, by the way?
Not at all.
Okay. So what do we do on this side? We use astringent herbs. They're called astringents. Okay, astringent herbs. Not to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent any disease, just food for the soul. What is astringent herbs? Astringent herbs that will draw back in the intestines, number one. First of all, that person, number one, has a lot of inflammation in their intestines, because that's what's swelling and that's pushing it out. Got it? Could have been an accident. Could have, some people are born with them, with, just a break, like when the belly button comes out, and stuff like that, and got to put something, you used to put something to push it back in.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
So this is a injury that is very hard to heal because of gravity. Because soon as, say for instance, the hole is like this. Can y'all see me? Yeah. Can y'all see me right here?
Can.
See, the hole is right here. So say if it's like around your belly button or in the groin or somewhere. Well, see, every night that you lay down flat, it starts to close up like that, right? But then when you get up, the weight goes back on, opens the wound back up again. So it kind of goes back and forth, back and forth. So what do you have to do? You got to stay off all heavy foods. Got it? Heavy foods. Stay off heavy foods. Things like bananas, no bananas, nothing heavy. What's heavy? Give me some of the heavy stuff, heavy foods. Anybody got some heavy foods?
Mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes.
Meat. Mac and cheese, meats.
Mac and cheese, lasagnas, heavy meats. Yes. All those things are going to put pressure on the intestines, right? But it comes from a lot of eating out of cycle also. Okay? So we have a formula that we use. Write this down because you might be able to help somebody. There's only one formula that I highly recommend, and it's called Hawthornia. 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 Okay, now, this is not to be confused with hawthorn berries. Right. This is not hawthorn berries. This is Hawthornia, which is a combination formula by a company called Magi. And only one place, or actually both places, I definitely linked up with both of the herbal stores and make sure they carry it. Both Wayne Avenue Health Food and Pollock Herbs do carry it. And it's for astringent of drawing in any issues with that have, like, when you have intestinal issues that may be a hernia. Very, very hard to heal though, but they guarantee that if after the third bottle you've gone through this properly, following directions, and it still is a problem, then they say you may have a structural issue and you may have to get surgery. Got it? But we try to say in there, I believe their correction rate is somewhere like in the high 80s or 90s. But you got to stay off your feet. No rebounding, no jumping, light walking, things like that. You got to give it time to heal. But at the same time, you got to, have those astringent herbs and, just stay off your feet. That's a hard injury to heal. That's why, sports, they call it sports hernia. Some of them call it sports hernia. So it's a difficult injury to heal from.
What was the name of the company again, Dr. Paul?
The company is called Magi
Magi
Herbs.
Okay.
Magi.
Okay.
And it's called Hawthornia. And I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of people have had a lot of great success from that formula because it'll draw in the intestines. And right, so if it's pushing out like this, y'all can see that. That's your intestines pushing out of the hole, right? The herbs will draw it in. That's what astringents do. Astringents draw back in, allows it a chance to heal. Got it?
Okay.
Now it can start to heal because it's pulling in. It starts to draw it in. So that's also good for prostate for men also, because the astringent herbs are very important for men dealing with prostate issues, incontinence issues, things like that. Okay.
All right.
Now,
Okay.
the surgery, I would say last thing, there's a lot of recalls on the surgery. I'm just going to tell you. There's a lot of recall. There are class action lawsuits against the mesh. And for those who had the mesh, because sometimes when they do the mesh, they'll go back in. There's been a lot of infections caused by the mesh. There is one, a friend of mine has one doctor that's out in Arizona that is able to, he has a different method for healing. And he does a different method, which is non-invasive, and they say is very effective. And he does not use a mesh method. If anyone needs that, I would look that up for him. Just let me know, and I'll get that information for you. But it is, he. You know what he has, Big B? He has like a resort you go to. You pay like a price, and you come out there, and he does this. He does this whole procedure.
Yeah, you have to relax.
And it's like a resort.
Oh, that's
They
cool.
say you go out there and they just got a room for you. They hook you up.
Oh,
and
that's
it's way
what's
out
up.
in the desert somewhere, so it's real laid back. They say it was like paradise out there. So
that's great.
yeah.
That's great.
Because they know that it's a lot to deal with relaxation, and this doctor is very well known for dealing with hernia surgery.
Okay. Somebody wants to know, is it okay to use crystal geyser to make ice cubes?
Yep, that's me. That is me. Yes, that is me. Yep.
I'm glad that came up because there was a conversation going on today. I don't know if you saw it, Dr. Paul. Remember the article that came out some time ago regarding crystal geyser and the arsenic and all that kind of stuff? It was a long time ago about the dumping. Can you explain that to the people so they understand that crystal geyser is safe for consumption?
Yeah. There's a lot of different articles going on. Let me tell y'all. Number one, they'll do anything to get this crystal geyser out of your hands. I'm gonna try to tell you that is one of the best waters on the planet is the crystal geyser. The reason why, because the way they operate is that they have multiple geysers all over the country. So they are not only in just one location, which is California, which is the Mount Shasta, Mount Sierra, Protective Bay of American Lands. Also here in the Northeast, they're up in the Adirondack Mountains, Blue Ridge down south. So they're all over, and they have this connection. Now, there have been, when that article came out about 2 or 3 years ago,
it was like about 2020.
Right. It was about their line of how they were disposing their carbonated line. There was actually there's a there's a residue of pollutants that have to be disposed properly.
Right.
And that was when, of course, everybody's being conscious about how they get rid of the recycling and also the disposal of any waste. So there's a procedure that you're supposed to do that they were not doing. And they got fined for that.
Yes.
And it says in the actual document has nothing to do with the water.
So people read the article. I'm looking at it right here. Read it, folks.
But
Read
people do not read. And it says in there, this has nothing to do with the water, but the average people read headlines.
Yes.
So they had headline, and then they had the big old bottle of Crystal Geyser on the front. And that's exactly what their competition probably wanted. They said, let them not read it, and then they're not going to read it, but it'll just be false news.
Right.
Now, there was another article that came out about one of their locations. Something was happening in one of their locations based on the townspeople were saying that.
Yes, I saw that.
So like I said, these are articles that are happening in places where there's people, manipulation, there's organized confusion. Let me tell y'all, Crystal Geyser is cleaning out house when it comes down to stores. People can't find it no more because when people find a good thing, they start to buy it.
There you go. And the hoard
starts to threaten other water companies. The other water company, I had somebody from one of the stores came in. They said, Doc, I work at the market. And they said, man, ain't nobody buying nothing else. And they said the guys were coming in with the trucks, from the other companies, rolling it in. Because, they're just rolling on in, right? Don't even check no more. They're just rolling in. Oh, yeah, they get this shipment every week. So he said, man, take that back, man. We ain't sell this last stuff you had. He was like, what?
Okay. Yeah.
The whole shelf, he said, was filled with all other waters and a big old hole at the bottom because they try to put Crystal Geyser on the bottom so you can't see.
So, yeah, there you go.
They sure do.
People be like, no problem, I can bend down. And y'all just grabbing it all. And I tell you, he said it's disrupting. The whole thing is disrupting. Y'all doing a good job. I just want to shake y'all hand and say, hey, give yourself a hand, because let me tell you.
It's about keeping the family healthy, Dr. P. That's what it's all about.
It's about keeping the family healthy. If it didn't work, you wouldn't see the results that you're getting.
Yes, exactly.
And that's when I believe that, people are really showing some great results because the science is right. The science is right.
Mm-hmm.
The pH is 8.5. It blows away Fiji water. This water's in the dollar store.
Yeah.
Oh man, if y'all can't see God, y'all ain't looking. I'm sorry.
I know that's right. All right, in that same question, there were like two others. So is there any mechanism to attach water to water heaters to filter water throughout the house?
Say that one more time.
It has to deal with I guess with Crystal Geyser, or it just says, is there any mechanism to attach to water heaters to filter water throughout your house? It has nothing to do with Crystal Geyser, I guess, just to filter water throughout houses.
Yeah, there's water filtration systems that go through the house, but I wouldn't recommend running it through your house, no, because the piping in your house is going to change the pH. That's where a lot of people have a lot of filtration systems in their homes. I had a guy, he put in like a $6,000, $6,000 to $7,000 filtration system all through his house. I said, I wouldn't have did that. He says, well, why? I said, because your piping's going to change.
Yes, that's
After a while, your piping's going to change, and that can alter the pH. So, I wouldn't do that. Now, it's not saying that you can't have certain systems if you have a well water or something like that. Well water works a little bit different. That's pulling out, of course, the well, but then you have to also put salts in that water.
Yes.
So you have to test that regularly because well water tends to be on the acidic side.
Yeah.
So, you really have to put your salts in that one. I would recommend Himalayan salt for water, well water.
Okay. Yeah. All right. How can one travel outside the country without a vaccination protocol using an allopathic protocol?
Well, the question for that really goes back to specifically the country you're going to. Got it. You got to follow the line and protocols for the country. Like I have some folks that are going to Nigeria this week, So what is it? You got to find out what are their requirements. In most cases, everybody is going to do testing.
Yes.
So you have to do the testing. And of course, there may be shots involved with a specific country. So the key is some people say, well, I don't want to take the shots. I don't want to take the shots. Well, guess what? Don't get caught up in customs either. You don't want to get caught up in customs. Usually what we tell folks is that, find out what the pill version of whatever the requirements are and take the pill. Got it? Now, whether you take the pill or not, that's up to you, but at least you got the pill. Got it? And it's signed off on your document. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if there's some that are not in pill form, like things like the yellow fever or something like that, that shot, you got to get a shot. So we say that's not an mRNA shot. That is something that's just a requirement for when you go to these countries. So you don't want to get caught up in customs. I have several people that got caught up in customs. They were trying to avoid it. I told them, don't do that. And they did it anyway. They got caught up in customs, didn't have their proper stuff. They were held and detained. And then they made them pay almost double to triple the price for a shot. And then you're going to make you they're not going to allow you into the country until you get it. Got it? So you're going to pay double trouble for that. So don't get caught up in customs. If you have to get the shot and you got to go to where you have to go, they're not going to play with y'all on this. There is no compromising. You either got to get the shot, and we say we detox you from that. We actually do pre, during, and post detox. Got it? So we do the colon cleanse and the parasite formula. We try to get you long before you get started, somewhere in the neighborhood of about, 3 to 4 weeks prior to your takeoff time, while you're there, and then when you come home, there's a post detox. That's what we usually do. Okay? So don't get caught up in customs, y'all. You don't want to be in foreign places right now, especially with this COVID-19.
I know that's right.
Not good. Not a good thing. So you have to adhere to the laws. The only thing for COVID, not a lot of countries are requiring vaccinations as much as just testing. Just show us that you test, negative. As long as you test negative, you should be good to go. All right?
Did I hear you correctly? Some of the shots,
some of the
you can take a peel. Some of the shots that are required, you can take. There's a peel form.
If it's available, that is correct. That is equivalent for definitely malaria. You can definitely do one for malaria, but there is, for example, yellow fever. No, that's not going to be it. You're going to have to take a vaccine for that one, and a couple of other ones that are out there. So just ask. That's all you want to do is ask.
And that would be your doctor, I suppose, right?
That, or you can ask the country that you're going to be going to. They will give you an advisor for that. Whoever is setting you up. Yep, absolutely. All right.
Thanks, Phil.
Don't get caught up, though. Don't get caught up. Okay.
Okay, Doctor.
All right. Let me go up to the top, B.
You got it. Sure.
Come back to you. All right.
You got it. Sure.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to go up here to some folks I haven't seen in a while. Who else is here? I'm just going to take some folks I have not seen here. And let's see if we have any. Big B, you hit anybody we haven't seen before?
Let me see.
Let's see. Let's see. Is that Jared?
Jared, yes. I was just going to say that. Jared. Jared's there? Jared Anthony.
Jared Anthony? I guess they're not there.
Come back, Jared. Don't go away.
No, you.
There, see it? I had to send a voice at him, Dr. Paul. Jared.
That was the echo. Jared.
Okay, Jared, go ahead, buddy.
No, you guys. I asked that question about the creatine. So you.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Good
Super.
Job, yeah, make sure.
All right. Hey, guys, by the way, on that reaction where it says raise hand, you go back to the same place and you can take the hand down. You see, I just put mine up. Go back to go back to the same place and you lower the hand. See what I'm saying? That way we know when you're not that. Oh, we've already answered your question. Thanks so much, Jared, buddy.
Thank you so much, Jared. Appreciate it. All right, Big B. Who else we got up there? Is that Lady T?
Yeah,
Lady T?
Lady T, you there?
Yes, I am. And good evening, everyone.
All right.
I have a question in the chat, and it pertains to hot flashes, ladies. I don't know how many of you are in the same predicament that I'm in.
We're praying for you, sister.
I'm looking for an effective herb that will help me to either eliminate or to minimize hot flashes.
Okay. One that I definitely recommend, first of all, we know that hot flashes are coming from cycles, rhythm, endocrine system. Now that ladies are not making estrogen, they're not going to be having children. So now you have to balance how the progesterone, the testosterone, and the estrogen balance out. So therefore, the imbalance of sweats, things like that, cycles, rhythms, all that stuff seems to be out of balance. So what we do is, you remember, that's also cleaning the liver has a lot to do with that. Dehydration has a lot to do with that. So you got to make sure that you're getting the proper nutrients, number one, proper hydration, and definitely we're cleaning the liver. Got it? At the same time, we have herbs that are dealing with the balance of the endocrine system. Some of those endocrine system things. There's one called Don Quay. Not the diagnose, treat, cure, prevent disease, just food for the soul.
Could you spell that for me, please? I'm sorry.
Sure. No problem. It's DONGQUAI. Don Quay. It's also, it has another name which is called Angelica root. Angelica root. And Angelica root was used, the lore of the Angelica root is that the angels in heaven came on down and blessed us with that Angelica root during the bubonic plague. And it's also a liver, it's a total organ cleanse. It is there's a lot to that specific herb. It has a lot of lore and legend to it. So Don Quay is what that's called. Okay, Don Quay. And usually that's something that deals with hot flashes, but the bipolaring of weight, temperature, and pressure issues, because that's what it affects. Weight, temperature, and pressure, which means thyroid. Okay, it deals with thyroid issues. But at the same time, last thing I would say, you gotta stay stress-free. Okay, that's stress-free. That's
the big one that nowadays, Dr. Paul. Everybody's too stressed, man.
Yeah, everybody's stressed. We gotta start.
I'm sorry, go ahead. Is that the reason why they're saying that you have, like, it's really difficult for women to lose weight during that menopause period, is because, like you said, the weight, temperature, and I forgot the other thing.
Pressure.
Yep, thyroid. Yep. And then, see, the thing is, the misconception is that it's just the thyroid. It's not just the thyroid. It's what turns the thyroid and fires it off, and that comes from the stress from the adrenal glands, which sit on top of your kidneys. So when you're stressed out, fires off. Okay, so mute yourself, y'all. Mute yourself. Come on now. So what happens is, that fires off, the adrenals fire off from what you're dealing with. Those are beta blockers. A lot of the beta blockers that people have for blood pressure are blocking the cortisol, which is firing off from your adrenal glands, because basically you're stressing out. So that's what throws off the thyroid. I say the gear shift, because their thyroid is your voltage regulator.
Yes.
Got it? Your voltage regulator. Weight, temperature, and pressure issues. I would test yourself. Is she still there? Is Lady T still there?
Yeah, she's still there.
Okay. I would test yourself with the thyroid test, which is where we take the thermometer, a pen and pad, set it by your nightstand, and when you wake up in the morning, just take the covers off. Don't get out of bed. Take that thermometer, test your temperature. Got it? Write it down. Do that for 7 straight days. Add them all up. Divide it by 7. Get the average. If it average falls below 90, somewhere around 94, 92, we got a thyroid issue. Got a thyroid balance, because the concept behind the testing like that is that after long periods of sleep, your body is supposed to resonate properly the amount of minerals that you need. And if you're not resonating with the proper amount of minerals, you can't hold the heat. That's usually a malnutrition issue. Sea vegetables. Got it? Kelp, chlorella, spirulina, purple dulse, nori, all of the brown, the green, the brown, the blue, and the purple. Got it? All those are the ones that we want to go with. Okay, seaweeds.
Thank you very much, Dr. Paul.
I'm sorry, what was the average of the temperature?
Yeah, it's somewhere around a 94.2, somewhere around there.
Thank you.
Yeah, if you're trying to get a 98.6, the closest to 98.6 as possible. But if you fall below 94.2, then we probably got a thyroid issue imbalance. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you very, very much. Very helpful.
Okay, no problem. Thank you. That was a good question. Good stuff. That's the seasonal changes that people are going through right now. That's exactly what we're going through.
Dr. Paul, if you're taking medication for thyroid, what can you use to balance that out?
Well, it depends on what medication you're taking. Because now, if you're taking medication, you're splitting the fence.
Right.
Because remember, medication or allopathic medicine tends to what? They tends to suppress the symptoms. Got it? It's not correcting the problem. We're trying to go in and say, give the body what it needs so that the body can correct itself. So that's why you got to make a choice. And the person would need an assessment. They're looking at thyroxine levels and also DEXA tests. DEXA test is where they do the DEXA scan. And put you on the table, and then the scan goes over your body. But that's inconclusive. It's very inconclusive because the test even says in the literature, this test may confuse water and fat for bones. So it doesn't make any sense at all to take a test like that. But it's where we are. It is what happens. I would just say, the body needs nutrients. It's all about energy. You got it? So feed the body, give it a chance to recover. And not only that, but, people will go in and then, get x-rays and things like that. That affects your thyroid. So the sea vegetables block radiation. They block radiation.
Okay.
So kelp was one that's used a lot. Kelp. And there's liquid iodine, which comes from that kelp. Kelp is where it comes from. Someone's going off. I can't hear. Yeah.
Make sure you mute yourselves, guys.
Mute yourself, family.
Okay, go.
All right. So I think that.
This is Nitha from Florida.
Hey, Nitha, where are you?
Hi, how are you?
Florida.
Oh, you way down there. Okay.
I'm here where I'm hoping maybe one day I'll see some snow.
You better stop.
No, you gotta stop now.
You better stop.
She teasing
now, if you get it next week, you're gonna be jumping on us.
She teasing.
I just to piggyback with you, Dr. Paul, regarding the thyroid.
Did you say piggyback or
veggie back?
No, it's not her turn yet.
Cricket said, "Don't let her in there yet. It's not her turn yet."
All right, we're gonna come back up to the top real quick, Nathan. Real quick.
Okay, just real quick, just to piggyback on you when you were talking about the temperatures with the thyroid. What I've seen a lot in my practice, those clients of mine who have temperatures 97 and 96 thyroid issues. So it can be 97. Some people may be looking for 94 all the time, but if you're 97 consistently, 97 below that 98, you have thyroid problems there.
Yeah, and you know what? It's all about, you should have a certain level of, usually the signs come with that. They got chills all the time. You can also see hair, patchiness in the hair, split ends with the hair. Even sometimes the eyes may bulge a little bit, or you may see the double lines around the neck. the
Right.
neck. I always tell a lot of women that come through. I tell them watch the double lines. Y'all know what the double lines? We talked about this before, right?
Right here, on the
Yep,
neck.
yep,
Yeah.
yeah. Look at each other and you see if any thickness in there. That's the best test that you can look at right there is the
Right.
visual. And I've had people come through and they say, "Oh, well, the doc said I'm fine." I said, "I'm looking right at it. There's some swelling there." They were like, "No, no, no." I say, "Well, I think you need to check it again. Go back." And they check a little further and they say, "Yep, there's some imbalances there they missed." So the best is always visual. See, that's the female principle. The female principle is always, she comes to you to let you know we have a problem, child. We're gonna do this, take care, she's always the one warning you. Just like your mama always used to come to you and say, "You better not do that because daddy get home gonna tear your butt up."
I
You
know
better
that's right.
right there.
And never missed either.
All right. That's mama always saving you. So mama principle is always the nurturer, right? What's that female principle? The nurturer. Got it? So don't avoid or ignore the very subtle little pains and things that you feel in your body. That's the first signs also that there's a problem in that area. I tell people to just sometimes get quiet, get still with yourself.
Yes.
And
yes.
And deep breathe. I tell people you need to at least breathe 30 minutes a day. Just practice on your breathing. And if you feel any pains and things that are going on, you need to say, "What's going on with that shoulder? Every time I do this, that shoulder start to hurt." That's something letting you know there's a little problem there. So keep that in mind. Good stuff, Neetha. Thank you. All right, let's go up to the top here. Who do we got here? Helen. I see you, Helen.
How you doing, Dr. Paul? Hi,
How you
Bill.
doing?
Hey, Helen. All right.
All
What's
right.
going on?
I have a couple questions. I purchased a can of pineapples, and it says that it has citric acid in it. So I was just wondering, with fruit in the can like that, is that okay to eat? With the citric.
365 tries to do a really good job with that. It's natural citric acid, of course. You got to go with the best of what they're saying on the actual can. What else does it say on the can? I'm just curious.
Okay, it says pineapple water, pineapple juice, concentrated citric acid.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Mm-hmm.
That's good stuff.
That's good stuff. It is what it is. I mean, it does say concentration though, right? Is it concentrated?
Yes, it does.
Okay, that means that, remember, they pull some of the moisture off of it, the water. So when you're taking that, you can always add water to it. Got it? To add the hydration back into it. Okay, so whenever you see concentration with juice or anything like that, that's what you always add the water back to it.
Yeah, because I got peaches and pears and stuff like that. And I also purchased these Simple Mills almond flour baking brownie mix. I said I may make this for Thanksgiving, and I have like the icing to go with it. It has almond flour, organic coconut sugar, chocolate chips. It has Dutch cocoa powder.
You better stop it, Alan. You better stop it. You about to send everybody in this place some of them.
For Thanksgiving, I said
Oh, boy.
Sounds good to me. Sounds like almond flour.
I got some, this is soy. You said the organic soy is not bad. It's unsweetened Eden soy. I purchased this also. It has a lot of vitamins and stuff in it. The sodium is 10. It's got magnesium, biotin, vitamin H. It's got a lot of stuff in it. I was concerned about the potassium. It's 440 milligrams.
And that's what again? That is, I can't see that one.
This is soy. It's soy milk.
Oh, just soy. Soy milk.
Unsweetened 10 and salt, but it's got potassium. It's 440 mg. Is that something to be alarmed about?
Not at all. I think it's good. That's organic. Yeah, as long as it stays in without process. The bad rap is that soy got a bad rap. And the rap is that, that it's modified. And the one that they always talk about, which causes estrogen problems with women with breast cancer, and then little boys grows breasts and sends them into that female
Yeah, man. Hear that a lot.
cycle. That has
Yes.
to do with, the modification of the soy. When we look for and ask for the control studies that show non-genetically modified soy, we don't have these problems.
Right.
That's remember the history of soy is that it's used to regenerate soil. After the farmer has his second harvest, he plants soy to regenerate the crop, so it's for the next season. So they use that to help regenerate soil. My question is, if it can regenerate soil, what can it do for you?
Amen.
And it has powerful nutrients. Soy is a very powerful nutrient, but it's what they're doing to it. So when they had the excess amount of soy from all these farmers making it, what are they going to do? Well, hey, we'll use it as filler. We'll use it for cakes, cookies, pies.
Yep, exactly.
We'll use it for filler, so they're modifying it. And that's not the soy you want. So that's the ones that, that's the misconception. But yes, long as it's organic, and you verify that it is a non-GMO, okay, and then that's what you go for. Yep, that's it.
Somebody asked the question, where did I get it? I got it from, you can get it from Whole Foods. You can get it from Mom's Organic, Wegmans, any of those stores. And I have a lot of dried fruits and stuff like that, mangoes and papaya. And I have some soy nuts as well. So they're right from Whole Foods. I mean, not Whole Foods, I'm sorry. Mom's Organic is where I got it from.
They're in Cherry Hill?
Yes, in Cherry Hill, Bill. New Jersey people, so it's easy access. So this last thing here, Dr. Paul, this is a blood cleanser. I just want to know, is it safe to take it regularly, or you have to take it sparingly? I mean, it's got some good stuff in it.
Which one is it?
It's
what's the herbs that are in there?
Oh, okay. So it has garlic in it. It has bilberry, which you said was good for the eyes. It has bitter melon, moringa, neem, which you were talking about earlier. Hawthorn, not the Havaria one, but the hawthorn. It's got burdock root in it, selena leaf, kelp. It's got stinging nettle in it. It's got saw palmetto, parsley. It's got horsetail in it, gibco in it. So I mean, it's
my only concern is that that's a heavy formula. And I believe that's too, I would never put that much in there, because those are just one of those that you just mentioned is autonomous. That means it can stand on its own. It's about 1 billion years old, just one of them, and therefore you have all these masters. And then when the person takes it, they're not gonna, they gotta make sure they drink a lot of water. That's gonna be too heavy for the average person. It'll do some job, but you gotta be careful with that. That's a little heavy.
So I would never too strong, or it can hurt, or what?
No, it's not gonna hurt. Whenever you detox the liver, we always have, you have to drink water, because it's going to demand a lot of water, and most people don't have their water on point. Or if they have water, they're not drinking enough of the water. And if they don't have the right drinking enough water, they're drinking the wrong water. So that's why, you got to be spot on with your water when you have herbs that powerful. I mean, everyone you mean. Go down that list again. Go real slow. Go down real slow.
Okay. So it's got ginkgo.
You said ginkgo?
Yeah, ginkgo.
Okay, ginkgo is okay. Stop right there. Ginkgo is for memory. That's a blood thinner. You can't get too much ginkgo for somebody who's on warfarin. They can't take that. You got it? That's perfect example right there. Okay. So somebody cleaning their liver, but if they taking a warfarin or something, you can't take ginkgo if you're taking the warfarin for blood thinner. You got it? So go to the next one. What's the next one?
Bilberry, the one you said is good for the eyes.
Right. Bilberry is good for the eyes, and that's also pancreas. Got it? That's pancreas. So that helps with glaucoma. That's also dealing with, there's vitamin A. It's very high in nutrients for the eyes and the optical. So yes, it is good also for the liver. What's the next one?
Garlic.
Of course, you know what garlic is, antibacterial.
Bitter melon.
Bitter melon, that's another pancreas. That's pancreas.
Moringa.
Moringa's for everything. Moringa's for everything. Yes, moringa's a total nutrients. Yes. Miracle
Neem.
tree. Neem is another. That's another heavy hitter. Moringa and neem alone. I don't mix nothing with those two. Powerhouses. Powerhouses. They are on their own. They don't need no help. None of them herbs in there need no help. You just see, but that's the concept of way, people, when they selling products, even in the health side, they're thinking with the same allopathic mindset and philosophy that more is better. More is not better. Balance is better. You got it? The strong woman and strong man is the balanced man, balanced woman. Not when they want people to think, oh, it's in there. Oh, it's in there. It's in there. Like Prego, it's in there. You know how people say, it's in there. You don't need everything. Right? So that along with all the herbs that are in there, I think you mentioned nettle. What are some of the other ones? Just a couple more.
It's Rudo. It's RUDO.
Rudo.
I don't know what that is.
Yep, another blood cleanser. Yep, blood cleanser.
Hawthorn.
Hawthorn is heart. Yep.
Burdock.
Oh goodness.
It's got
that thing is way over the top.
Flaxseed.
Man, that's way over the top. Burdock.
Selena leaf.
What is that?
Selena leaf.
Selena leaf.
Senna.
Senna leaf.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Okay, Senna.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Kelp.
So now when you take all that, it's gonna make you go to the bathroom.
My goodness.
Better put your sneaks on with that one.
Singing nettle.
Wow.
Sweet palmetto and horsetail.
Horsetail is horsetail alone is a disinfectant. That's actually better for a male prostate formula. That is probably better for that. Some of them, but it's too many things in there. I think it's over the top. It's a little bit too high.
You think they put a lot of
too much in there? What is the amount in it? It may say proprietary blend in there. Do you see proprietary blend? And then it may have a milligrams on there.
I think it is.
But I think that this is a good example.
It does.
It says proprietary.
Yeah, it's got 2,000 mgs.
2,000 milligrams.
Wow. How many pills do they say?
1,200 milligrams.
Okay. Now, how many times do they say take that a day? Once, please say once. 2 capsules?
Yes, that's what it says.
That's a heavy formula right there. I mean, I would be very cautious with that. It's too much. It's over the top. I mean, you would have to have something. I would recommend the person getting an assessment before I recommend that one. I would just say you only need one of those to do the job. Yep. Because most people can't take that much. They can't take that much. It's just too much. All right.
So what you suggested they need to take just one or the other, like neem?
Yeah. Burdock root alone. I tell folks all the time, burdock root does the job. Let me tell you. And then you got the neem, you got nettle, you got everything you mentioned on there can stand on its own.
All by itself.
All by itself. You don't need it. It's overkill. It's overkill.
Thank you
too
very much.
All right.
Always.
Okay, Helen.
All right.
Thank you so much.
You.
Good stuff. Good shopping.
Thank you. Have a blessed night. Thank you.
Helen will be bringing us our shopping list for Thanksgiving.
What are you going to eat, Dr. Paul? I guess you don't know. What do you usually eat for Thanksgiving?
Oh, I can't. Let me tell y'all what. I can't wait. I get my
tweeze.
Yeah, right. So I usually start off with, I do a stuffed fish. This is like and I love, one of my favorites is it's like a striped bass. Or there was a yellowfin. I had a yellowfin one year. I usually pick my fish. Whatever it is, I stuff the fish and I put herbs all over the place, and it is unbelievable. I can't wait.
Well, I know where I'm going.
A lot of stir-fried vegetables.
I know where I'm going for Thanksgiving.
Rice, a lot of stir-fried. Y'all ain't coming over here.
See that? Now that's just ignorant. They don't want to let us come. Mark, you get him.
Dr. Paul, where do you get your fish?
Well, I try to go to the fish markets. I have several ones that I go to. You know, sometimes I'll go down to South Philly, or sometimes I'll go right up here to Germantown, right at Worcester. You know, the Jamaican store, or sometimes I'll even go to there's one on Aramingo. You know, it's a Chinese market. It's like it's a giant. They call it Hong Kong. Anybody know what I'm talking about?
No.
Yeah, it's off of Aramingo, and up here in sort of going in towards the northeast. So it's a big market up there off of Aramingo. Y'all know where Foreman Mills is?
Yes. Yep.
Yep, in the northeast, right
Yep,
across
northeast.
there, that market right across the street from this.
Okay.
Kids, it used to be called HK Market.
Ah.
You know,
Yes.
Hong Kong Market. Something like that, you know. Kids used to call it Stinky Kong.
I know what that is. I know what that is, and I live in Jersey.
What do you stuff your fish with? What are you stuffing your fish with?
I usually use it. It depends. Sometimes I have to come up with something. Every year I do something different. Sometimes I'll use a breaded stuffing. Sometimes I'll use vegetables. I don't know. I just kind of let it go. And
It's a
just come up with
surprise
something.
fish.
It's a surprise. This is a surprise.
So,
Yeah.
Dr. Paul, what else besides the fish, the stuffed fish? What else do you have on the menu?
Yeah, that's what I said.
That's it.
Next week.
Yeah, ask me next week. Let me think about that. Yeah,
Yes.
I don't know what I'm gonna do this year.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm gonna do this year. You know, it's kind of strange these days now. You know, with now they talking about you better go get your stuff now. boy,
I know that's right. Otherwise, it may not be there.
It might not be It might not be anything there. So get what you got as soon as you can.
Yep.
But maybe I'll do that, Big B. Maybe come up with what I'm going to eat this year.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Let me think about that.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good.
Good stuff.
Paul,
Thank you. Appreciate
Dr.
you.
Paul, sorry.
Yes.
There is an Asian market at 4th Street and Spring Garden. Anything and everything pretty much you want to eat. And live, they're live and in fish tanks.
Wow. 4th and Spring Garden?
4th and Spring Garden.
Patricia, can you type that in the chat,
right.
Patricia?
Yes, you're absolutely right.
Bill, are you serious? You want me to do that? Sure, Bill. For you. For you.
I thought you could at least put your
I'm
fingers.
doing things and
I'm going there.
watching you guys at the
I'm
same
down
time.
there. I'm down there all the time. I'm down around that area all the time. I definitely will. I'm going to.
All right. Dr. Paul, that's your sign. You can go down and let us know where it is.
And anybody else know any places?
All right.
with fish?
Very good. Appreciate that.
Anybody else know where you can get fish? Let me know, please.
Okay.
I mean, I love the fish, and you can find some good stuff. All right, Big B. Let's see who we got.
Hey man, real quick, what can one take to prevent shingles, Dr. Paul?
Shingles.
Yes.
Yeah, you got to clean the blood again. That's going back to, probably having chicken pox when they were young.
Yeah.
And then as we get older, the immune system gets low, and then that's when that stuff sort of jumps on you. So, again, antiviral. So, not to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent disease, just food for the soul. One that we can use would be lysine, L-lysine, which is an amino acid. Mm-hmm. Another one would be thuja. 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 That's the evergreen. We talk about that. Thuja is sort of like the trees that you see out in the park, that are like the same size, like Christmas trees.
Mm-hmm.
That's the evergreens. So that's what I would recommend. Also, horsetail.
Mm-hmm.
Horsetail is that's a good one also. Dealing with viruses, things like that. Just to think those three right there is what I would recommend. And then also elderberry. Elderberry is good for virus. And one more, olive leaf extract. Olive leaf. Yeah. Those are the ones that I would use for viral issues or you're trying to deal with. And the lysine, you know what lysine does? Lysine goes in puts a knife to a tire.
Oh, okay.
It takes the ability for the replication of a virus to replicate.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
So should you get the shingle shot? Not to
That's a
diagnose
little
a treat.
kid.
Never mind.
No, I wouldn't recommend this shot. No. I would not say you need it. You have a choice to make. But if you choose the organic, that's what I would do. Okay? Because we just don't recommend the shots. The shots tend to cause the body to, the whole purpose of a vaccine. Do y'all know what the purpose of a vaccine is prior to this mRNA? Because this is a whole nother thing.
Yes.
Not this.
That'll be a nice answer, Doctor.
Yeah. This thing, when you have a regular vaccine, or like when people are traveling and things like that, the whole concept of it is an allopathic concept. Allopathic goes against the body, meaning they suppress the symptoms. Suppressive therapy. That's why they call it suppressive therapy. So we're going to suppress the symptoms, and that your body gives it a chance to recover. But really, it's not correcting anything. You're faking and you're lying to the body. Make you sick before I make you well. Got it? So the whole purpose of, that's why when they say the flu is in the flu shot, because they put the flu in the flu shot to stimulate the immune system, to raise the immune system unnaturally by thinking that's under attack, so that your body can now take it down by raising its immune system. But that's backwards to us. Why would you fake the body out to think it's sick so that it can just raise the immune system? Why don't you just feed the body, build the immune system, and it'll protect you from all viruses? It makes no sense at all.
Amen.
So why their concepts are based in philosophical understandings, or we say misunderstandings. But that's the concept of that. We are naturopaths. We go natural. We are nature's path, nature's way. So when you feed the body, the system is already correcting itself inside of you. That's like when you cut yourself. Do you have to tell your body to heal? No, it automatically knows. Send white blood cells to the scene of the crime, starts to correct it, starts to create that new flesh. Got it? Automatically, without you even having to do anything.
Right.
So that's why our systems are philosophically different. The way they approach things is just like a madman. Like, why would you do that? Why would you make the body sick? They never take in consideration someone who has a low immune system. You're trying to stimulate the immune system, but if you hit somebody with it and they have a low already immune system, you're going to give them what was in the shot.
Yes, that's true.
And not only that, but it can cause the system to do the reverse, and now it can take them down. So that makes you weaker. It makes the situation worse. So that's why we say feed the body. The only thing God gave us is this food on this earth. That's it.
I know that's right.
it. Feed the body, it will correct itself. Got it? All right. What you got, Big B? Anybody else? Or I'm going up to the top here.
Go up to the top.
All right. I got Zipporah. Hey, Zipporah.
she just waved. What's your question, Zipporah? I see your hand up. You have to unmute yourself, Zipporah. We can't hear you.
Unmute yourself. Yeah,
there you go.
There you go.
All right. So my question is regard, prostate, what herbs can be taken, for prostate besides, the burdock and the hawthorn?
For prostate for men.
Yeah.
There's a formula that we have, specifically that I recommend, already put together for you. Matter of fact, it's the men's prostate formula. I would just say I go to Dr. Ethel with this one. Okay. Let me see. Let me see here. I would say this called male prostate formula, right? Yeah. And some of the herbs that are in there are like poke root, pygeum. Let's see, golden seal, saw palmetto. These are all men's herbs. I would first start with giving Dr. Ethel a call. Let me give you her number. I don't know if I've given that number. Let's see here.
All right, I'll tell you when I'm ready.
Let me know when you're ready. Dr. Ethel Wilson has a formula, and she also has one for women for fibroid, cyst, and tumors also. So she has two formulas that I recommend highly, but they're already put together. And Dr. Ethel, last name Wilson, 215. Actually, I'm sorry, 610
610
585
585
0493.
0493. All right.
That's the
All right, and
prostate
now,
formula.
prostate.
Now, now,
wait, Dr. Paul, real
yeah,
quick,
go
my
ahead.
other question is that what do you recommend for insomnia? Like when you have trouble sleeping, like you go to sleep like early and then wake up in the middle of the night and have trouble returning to sleep.
Yeah, number one, get your water right. Don't drink water after 7 o'clock. Okay,
Right.
that's number one. Okay, get your water in the day. Half your body weight in ounces. One of the biggest problems with sleep deprivation has a lot to do with water getting up in the middle of the night, 3 and 4 times to go to the bathroom, and you're breaking your rhythm. You're breaking that rhythm of what we call the REM sleep. So I would definitely say 4 to 7. That's your water. 4 a.m. in the morning, 7 p.m. at night. Every time you drink water, 2 to 3 hours after that, you should be eliminating. Got it? If you're doing it before then, we got probably a bladder issue we got to look at. You got to be careful. Herbs for relaxation in the evening. I try to tell folks to bring it down. Your stress levels are high right now. So after the sun starts to go down, you have to start to sort of mellow things down. That means even the dimming of the lights in your home. You got it? Because your pineal gland fires off. And if you are now still having these phones and real bright lights in your eyes, your body thinks it's still daytime.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not firing off this chemical called melanin or melatonin in this case. Got it? It's not firing off the melanin. So we have some melanin generators, okay? And some of the melanin generators would be, and these are for evening herbs only. One would be willow bark, white willow bark to be exact.
The ascorbitectin.
Another one would be valerian root.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, valerian root.
Right.
Okay. Another one is called kava kava.
Kava.
Mm-hmm. These are all calmatives. These are balancers, relaxers. That with things like Himalayan salt baths, rosemary. That's another one. Rosemary. Mm-hmm. And there's a list of a lot of good combos. Red raspberry would be my last one. Mm-hmm. They put you in the state of balance and relaxation. So to just calm you down. That valerian is really, really one of the best things right there. That's a pineal regulator that regulates the pineal. Does you real good. All right?
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Good questions. Good stuff. Good stuff. Y'all showing up tonight, boy. I tell y'all.
That's right.
Big B, they showing up tonight.
That's exactly right. And you know what? Since we're talking about this, Dr. Wall, let me remind everybody, guys, to make sure you got a copy of tonight's chest. Let me tell you something. There's a whole lot of stuff in the chat tonight. See, Dr. Paul Finger snuck up on us. We didn't know she was here, but she was dropping everything that we were talking about right in the chat. And I think, and she's probably already gone somewhere. No, you know how she is. She be rolling, boy. She came in, did what she did, and she bounced because she always has another thing that she's doing.
But I got places to be, y'all.
Yes. So guys, make sure you send an email to mechavideo@gmail.com. I'm going to put that in the chat. That's mechavideo@gmail.com to get a copy of tonight's chat, okay?
All right.
So I want to make you aware of that. There we go.
All right, so we're going to get a couple more in. Let's see here. Big B, pick some folks up on top there for me.
Okay, there's Irene. She's right on top of your head there. Irene Farlow. Irene, yes. Irene?
Hey, Irene.
Unmute yourself, Irene. She's talking,
Yeah.
but we're not hearing. Can you unmute yourself, Irene? Can you find the button over there to unmute yourself? There we go.
Me now?
Yes, we got you now.
Yeah, I would like to ask a question about acid reflux. What can I eat for that?
Well, number one, you got to get off the acid forming foods. Got it? Acid forming foods. Top 10 toxic foods. Do you have that list? You can grab it right from our website if you don't have it. Okay, top 10 toxic foods. Go right to my website. Do you have that?
No.
Okay, go to my website, which is www.drpaulherbs.com, and you will go to the download section. And then when you go to the download section, make sure you mute yourself, family. Make sure you mute yourself. And what you want to grab is top 10 toxic foods. Got it? And then after that, somebody, I hear papers moving. Is that you, Big B?
That's me. That's my bad. Don't beat me up.
I'm gonna mute you. I'm gonna mute you, Big B. Unmute yourself, Bill. I'm sorry. That was a reflex.
That's cool. No problem. All
right. I didn't know who that was. I was like, who that guy down there? All right. So what you were saying, acid reflux, that would be number one, top 10 toxic foods. Also, there's a food chart there, acid alkaline food chart. Okay, you got to watch the foods that are acid forming. Usually, it's always going to come back to the foods. What kind of water are you drinking? It's
spring water.
Yeah, but what kind of spring water? That's the key.
Primrose.
What was that?
I think it's Primrose spring water.
Do you have it that we can see it?
Yeah, wait a minute.
Yeah. You know, it's the same routine is that the body's a perfect system. So whenever you hear anything about acid, you know it's the food choices, it's the water. It's got to be. All right?
Okay, it's PRIMO.
Do you see it? Can we see it? Can you hold it up? Okay, so that's someone that's one of the waters that you get out of I think that's at is that Walmart?
Home Depot.
Home Depot? Okay. Yeah, what does it say on the outside of the bottle? Do you see what it looks like? I can look it up real quick.
Say drink big, drink healthy. Purified water with minerals.
No, it's purified.
Yeah, see, that's the bad word right there, purified. Yeah, it's purified water. That's not good water. Nope.
Oh, okay.
No purified, no filtered, no reverse osmosis, no distill. Those are the ones.
You need a buzzer.
Yeah. So it's a buzzer. That's right. Because a lot of folks that are listening, you know, we've talked about a lot of the acid. One of the things that you got to do, you got to stay off the acid forming foods. That means all refined products. Got it? Unrefined is what you're looking for. Unrefined. So that would be what? Things like unrefined sugar, unrefined salt, unrefined oils. Got it? See, if you remember, we got to stop getting away from nature. We're denaturing everything. So you want to go right back to nature. So go to the source where all things come from. That's why we got bottle at the source water. But we also want to go back to the source of the soil. Same thing. You know, don't go to all the things that the potato is separated into. You go back to the origin of the potato, which is actually like a brown, like a purple potato or something like that. See, they've bleached it, they've modified it, they've done so many things to it, they've GMO'd it. So we want to go back to the original origins of everything, unrefined.
I eat plant-based food, so I don't eat no meat or anything like that. And I cook my food from scratch. I would like to ask a question. For years, I've been allergic to acid, like onions, tomatoes, and stuff like that. And plant-based diet. with a lot of peppers, onions, garlic, and I was taking vitamin C a couple months ago, and I was wondering, would that start my acid reflux?
Yeah, it can. It can because it's when you have your vitamin C, make sure it's not ascorbic acid. Got it?
The acid?
Yep, ascorbic acid. You have it right there?
Yes.
Okay, look at it. You see it? Look on there. If you see on there it says ascorbic acid, that's the problem. Again, we're looking at, food choices, things that people are being exposed to that's causing the pH to be off. Family, test yourself. Who tests yourself in here? Who's testing themselves, the pH? I should see everybody hand up in here. Come on now. Y'all got to be raising y'all hand now. I see you, Lydia. You laughing. I see you.
Leo trying to hide, but we caught her. I know.
I'm gonna pick. You know what my grandma used to say, "Little Paul." She said, "Little Paul." Down south they call Lil Paul.
Lil Paul. That's right.
Lil Paul. They said, I got a bone to pick with you. That means stir somebody up.
That's right. Get a mell of a hess, boy.
I hate when she said that. I was like, oh man, what I do now? but the bone to pick with y'all is that you gotta test your pH. Got it?
Yes.
Because that's the balancer. That's the only true essence of life itself is to look for that pH. If that pH is off, then something you're getting is acid. Now, you mentioned, Irene, the tomato. Tomato falls on the acidic side. When you download that chart, you're going to see it. Got it? But also, there's a lot of things that are on there. If you are having fruits and vegetables, if they are conventional, they can be messing you up also because they're spraying a lot of food. So if it's not organic, number 9s, then you probably catching a little bit on that conventional side too. See, it's a very dynamic game right now they're going on. You have to have a degree in diabolicalness to keep
that's the
these
truth.
guys.
That's really the truth.
So that's why, assessment would be in order. Are you in Philadelphia, Irene?
Yes.
You need an assessment. You got it? You would need to come in and then I can help you with that, okay? But you got to balance it. Family, test yourself with the pH. Know where you are at all time. Get those pH strips. Y'all know the numbers. Test yourself. And if you know that you're acidic, what you going to do? What you going to do when you come up, when you're 5.5 on the pH? What you going to do?
Water.
Water. Greens. Thank you. Who said that? Somebody said greens.
And even alkaline.
Got it. You got to grab something. That's the automatic alert that goes on. When you know that, because the highest hydrogen of the base of anything is what? Anything green.
Green, yes.
Got it? Land or sea, or get them both. That's why the green drink helps you bring you back to balance, because it's like some people say, man, I could feel the green drink. When you take it, you feel it come back. You're like, wow. It's like, I woke up, man. Whoa. That's because you can feel it after a while. It's all about acid alkaline. I wish there was something else to talk about. There's nothing else to talk about. It's either either you're tearing down or you're building up. The old concept that the old folks used to say, how you doing, Big B? Oh, I'm fair to middling.
Yes.
You ain't fair to middling. You either building up
or you
tearing down.
That's right.
You got it?
So what should our pH be? What should it be?
Between 6.5 and 7.5. Go to the website, download the chart. Okay, there's the pH chart on there. It'll show you exactly the range where you should be. Not that one, Big B. That's the food. That's the food chart. But what's the other one with the graph?
Oh, yes.
The graph chart. There's a graph chart that'll show you exactly where you are. Remember?
That's what I was scratching for a while ago when you caught me.
I'm gonna give it to y'all one more time. Y'all promise to start taking your pH. I'm not gonna give it unless y'all promise to take it.
No,
we promise.
So we should take. Are you saying we should take it every day? Every day?
Yes,
twice a day.
Absolutely. Test to see where you are, because you're gonna know a lot about yourself. You're gonna learn so much about yourself. You're gonna say, you know what? Wow, I'm acid. I'm like, some people can't believe where their numbers are when they start taking this stuff. They're like, wow, it blows their mind. But guess what? When you start to monitor this thing, you're going to see some breakthroughs you have never seen in your life.
So very true.
You're going to see some incredible breakthroughs. So test your pH. Y'all remember it? Urine over saliva, right?
Right.
All right, urine over saliva. And what do you do with the formula? What? Somebody tell me. I don't have to keep repeating this, do I? What's the formula?
Double saliva, add to urine, divide by 3.
There you go. That's your formula. Double the saliva, add to the urine.
I don't know what that means. Say that again. Double the saliva. What does that mean?
Right. See, when you take the strips, number one, you got to buy strips.
Okay.
Okay. When you buy the strips, you test the saliva and the urine. You got to do both. You can't do one. You got to do both. Got it?
Okay.
Always do it before a meal. When did I say we do it? Before a meal.
Before a meal.
Never after a meal.
And for the meal, y'all.
Take a towelette under the tongue. You can put it under there quickly and put it there.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can capture a little urine, put it in a cup, take another strip, test that one. When on the back of the charts of these strips, there's a chart. And that chart is equivalent to the chart that I gave you right there. That big bee shuffling around over there trying to grab it.
And I found it too. So there, haha. Me and my shuffling boy, I found it. They messing with me. See that lady? He don't know. I'll be checking on him.
He don't know he the shuffle king.
That's it.
I ain't playing with you, Big B. Bad man. I ain't messing with you. Anyway, so that chart right there, hold it up one more time for Irene and the other ladies, Jackie, to see. Okay?
Yes.
See that right there?
Yeah.
See right in the middle where that green area is? That's where you supposed to be. Back it up just a little bit, B. Back it up. Right there.
Okay.
See right there where that green section is? That's the good stuff. Right there. Okay? Stay in that zone. So what you do is you double the saliva number, whatever number you come up with. If it's 5.5, if it's 6.7, whatever the number comes up, 7.0, you put the urine and the saliva over top of each other, and you double the saliva, add to the urine, and then you divide by 3.
There you go.
And then that gives you where you are on that chart. If you fall between 6.5 and 7.5, you're doing good. But if you fall below 6.5, which in most cases everybody does, that's a problem.
Yes.
That's a problem. That means what? What you going to do if you fall below 6.5? You need to grab what? Something green. You got it.
Find something green.
Something green. All right? But I want everybody to raise your right hand.
Yeah.
Promise that you're going to buy some strips. And you're going to test yourself. At least.
Wake up, Margaret. We see that. Margaret said, I don't even believe you doing that.
Some of y'all didn't like this. All right. Test yourself, y'all. That's the key to it all right there. You know, back in the times when the old doctors used to test you with the pH first before they did anything. They test your saliva and your urine, and that was it. They could tell exactly what was going on. Before they did any examinations, that was always the first test they took, saliva and urine. Got it?
Lady T wasn't where you buy them.
So you were saying to her with the vitamin C, is ester C any good or no?
If it says ascorbic acid, that's the bad one. Anyone that says ascorbic acid is a synthetic and it comes from corn.
Yes.
It's not real. The one you want is always going to come from fruit base. Purely C is the one that I recommend. Okay? Purely C. And you can get it from both of the, Wayne Avenue or Pollock Herbs. Okay.
What about the liposomal vitamin C?
What was that?
The fat soluble vitamin C. Liposomal.
I don't recommend anything but fruit base. Yeah, only fruit based. Yeah, because you see, whenever you start to getting into synthesizing, you're altering again. You're doing stuff that the body's supposed to be doing. See, it's always selling, products and things, but all the body needs is the raw state of things. That I can take it and then I will convert it. Remember, who's the greatest converter? We are. Got it? You shouldn't be eating anything that's already been converted. That's why we say you shouldn't be eating nothing that you wouldn't even give a baby. If the baby can't eat it, you shouldn't eat it either. Think about that one.
I know that's right.
Think about that one. Wow. You know, I shouldn't be eating nothing unless I would. If I wouldn't give it to a baby, I shouldn't be eating it either.
I know that's right.
Yeah. So
I'm a baby.
Hallelujah. I'm not touching that one. I'm going to sleep tonight.
I'm not messing with that.
Glory. That's all I can say.
It's now.
See. Now we know it's time to go home.
It's time to go home. All right. I did have one thing I wanted to talk about with the organo. There was the organo gummies that we talked about.
Right.
The same brand that Lydia has there. Hold that up, Lydia. See that same company?
Well, this is the raw.
That's the raw honey. That's the honey. I have that too. Excellent oregano honey.
But you're talking about
and also the gummies. The gummies. There you go. The oreganos gummies. Terrible name, but it's a
oreganos.
It's a good product though. But those are black seed bitter and oregano all together in gummy form, and the gummies are like coconut oil. So they're not like the gelatin or the glycerin type gummies that you're used to. So they're definitely.
Can she hold it up again?
She's got it. It's right there.
Right there. It's right there. Can you see it? It's the P73 formula. Same you would get with the oregano oil, but they put it in gummy form. This is excellent for children. If you have something that you want, because children now, when they're going back in school, are coming up with stomach viruses. How do you know? Because they start to have diarrhea. That's the first sign of stomach virus or some kind of bacteria in the intestines. Foreign, if something's foreign, send extra water to flush it out. That's diarrhea. So oregano gummies, that's a good form for helping children to protect them. Now, only disclaimer, do not give this to them on an empty stomach. You don't take it on an empty stomach. Eat some food first before you take this. Got it? It will help your digestive property. And it also helps. It's COVID. It helps with the building of the immune system for things like COVID and flus and colds and everything else. So it's an excellent formula. I thought it was very good, and that was just released last week.
Okay, so we're in good shape.
All good stuff.
Ladies on stick.
Is it Pollock's and Wayne Avenue herbs?
Yep, they both sell it. Yep, they both sell them. Yep, and then of course the oregano honey. Now the only problem I have with the oregano honey is watch those that are insulin resistant. Remember, if you can have that, but if you are insulin resistant, you really don't want to mess with too much thick stuff.
Yes.
Got it? Anything that pours slow and is thick, you got to drink a lot of water. So be careful with that. Okay.
But Dr. Paul, even if you're not, it says 1 tablespoon daily, used as a natural sweetener, great on cereals, in smoothies, or in yogurt.
Yep. See, it's not the honey. It's just whether it's good for a specific person that's going through some things. Yeah. And that's the person that's having a problem with the pancreas.
Right.
If they're having issues with pancreas, you really don't want to get too much of that. Got it?
Okay.
All right, family. I think it's time to wrap it up. Big Leo there.
Yeah, buddy.
Thank you, family. You've all had some great questions tonight.
Yeah, man.
Stuff. I hope y'all got your pens and pads. Are y'all writing this stuff down? Some of y'all writing it down, right?
Well, if you're not, make sure you get the chat. That's all I got to say. This is all in there.
Dr. Paul.
Yes.
I had my hand up as the second person behind Helen, of course.
Okay.
We can't tell on this side. We can't tell when it comes up.
We
can't tell. We can't tell. So it's not.
I just wanted to say to you that Sheila Wilson gave me your Zoom information last December, and since that time, I have lost 35 pounds.
Well, hallelujah.
Go ahead now, hallelujah.
Well, that's all right. It's your bad self.
Let's give her a hand, y'all. We gotta give her a hand. That's right. You better say something now. You got to say something now.
I just thought I would go ahead and chime in and to let you know that I didn't realize I was underhydrated all of these years. I
See
was
there?
only trying to drink like 8 glasses of water a day, not based on my body weight. So when I increased my water, then the weight started coming off. And of course, I started to reduce the refined oil, sugars, and salts. And I'm Himalayan sea salts and grapeseed oil
All
and
right.
avocado oils. And also, I'm still working on getting my proper sleep. Some nights I get 8 hours, some is 7 hours and 49 minutes, but
All
I
right. I
feel
heard
better.
that.
And I feel better. And my thyroid, I was actually had a goiter growing. And then when I reduced my stress, now my neck, you can't even tell if I've ever had
Well,
one.
you
Well,
go
praise
ahead.
God, girl. You go
Go
ahead with your
ahead.
bad self.
Thank
Bad.
you.
Go ahead. Go ahead with
Thank
your
you.
bad self.
If I don't call that taking control of your
I
situation,
know that's
y'all.
right, buddy.
Y'all hear that?
Well,
Y'all hear
And
that?
I'll
That's
be
what
growing
I'm
my
talking
moringa
about.
tree in the plastic bag coming up this spring,
Oh,
hopefully.
well, hallelujah.
hallelujah.
Thank you, Lord.
See there?
Awesome.
See that? Best
That
place
is
to come is to the
that
family
is
tree, y'all.
that is
She
an
is
excellent
serious.
That's
testimony.
right.
That is
That's
serious.
wonderful. That's
See, that's
wonderful.
what you got to do. You got to
Yes,
take
yes, yes.
control of your situation. Be proud of your
Yes.
choices that you're making, and understand that you're not breaking the rules. You got it.
Yes,
You're
yes, yes.
following the rules the way they've been laid out. The universal principles of male
Yes,
female
yes.
principles. So when you do that, get your water right. See what
Yes,
happens.
indeed.
It brings the life to you. You can't. It
Yes, yes,
can't
yes.
not happen. You just gotta follow the rules. That's
Yes,
it. You
yes.
don't
Real easy.
some rules. Correct. That's an automatic blessing.
Yes,
Some
sir.
some
All day
call
long.
it Big B. Some call it a fixed fight.
Wow.
It's a
What can I
fixed
tell you?
fight. It's a fixed fight.
Here we go again.
Got it. So I would say that was a great one. Thank you
Yes.
so much for that testimony. We
Yes,
need
yeah.
that.
Great way to end.
Absolutely, great way
Great
to
way.
end. Did anybody else have a testimony? Want to yell out something? It's okay. I mean, I'll stay for a few seconds, but I mean, this is important when you hear testimonies like that.
Yes, yes,
There is
yes.
Yes,
nothing that can.
I have something to say.
Go ahead, Cricket.
Okay.
That young lady that just talked about her water intake
Yeah.
and following after some of the things that Dr. Paul has said has inspired me, and I'm going to be next in line. I'll
Go
be
ahead.
talking about it soon.
All right, all right. That's what's up. That's what's
what
up.
I'm talking
See
about.
That's what challenge yourself. That's what's up.
Put it out in
Taking
the
charge.
universe. Put it
Taking
out in the
charge.
universe. That's right. And remember, I do have a last word for everyone.
Yes.
And we are in the time of asking for what you want.
I know that's right, buddy.
Did
Gotta
y'all
put
hear
it
that?
out there.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this is a time for asking for what you want. This
Mm-hmm.
powerful numbers. Numbers are energy, but also things are aligning in the universe. We have two solar bodies that are Jupiter and Saturn, which are the two largest bodies, heavenly bodies in our solar system, and that energy is flowing right to you right now. So this is a time that we have to ask for what you want, and guess what? It comes right to you. It's going to come back real fast too. And tomorrow is 11/11 day.
I know that's right.
Did y'all know what 11/11 is? That's powerful numbers. Powerful numbers. Those are angelic numbers. They're doing a lot of energy with that. So make your decisions, things that you want to manifest in your life, write them down. See the vision,
Yes, so you can
make
see
it
it.
plain,
So you can
write
see
it
it. Yes,
down.
that's right.
Say I'm going to get up in the morning, I'm gonna start exercise. You got that, Big B? I'm
I heard
I'm
that.
going to exercise.
Yes, sir. I heard.
I'm not
Exercise.
going to roll over no more.
That's
I'm
right.
rolling over no more.
That's
I'm
right.
going to get this. I'm going to eat right. I'm going to do this and just do it. You're going to
Yes,
see some
yes,
change,
yes.
and you're going to be saying, wow, I never thought I'd look this good.
Yes.
I never thought I'd feel this good. Yes, I got people call me all the time. They say, boy, they hating me on my job.
Now that's what's up.
They hating me
Dr.
on
Paul,
my job.
I have a testimony, Dr. Paul.
Yes.
Okay.
Lavelle.
Okay.
When I started listening to your show, I was introduced to your show, and when I started, I really wasn't regular. I was one of those people that would go maybe once or twice a week, and so I started on the green drink.
And the green drink now have really, I become more regular. Sometimes I would go twice a day, which is very odd for me. And I also, I changed my water. And now I drink Crystal Geyser. We don't have nothing but Crystal Geyser in the house. And I actually started doing the colon cleanse every season. So well, tomorrow I start my eliminator because I'm doing my colon cleanser for this season. So
Excellent.
things have really changed for me in my body since I started listening to you. So I do appreciate you. I want to say thank you very much, and I appreciate you.
Well, we
Well,
appreciate
thank you,
you
Well,
for
that
coming to
is
the trip.
excellent. Thank you for
Yes,
that
indeed.
comment. And definitely your testimony resounds. People are really getting motivated tonight. Let's give her a hand also. Let's
Indeed,
give them all a hand.
most definitely.
Yes, you are to be commended. Keep
That's
up
right.
the good
That's
work.
right.
Stay
That's
on
right.
point. Stay on time. You got to encourage yourself sometimes. Sometimes you got to pack your own amens, y'all.
I know that's right,
Don't
buddy.
wait for somebody
For
else.
real.
Wait for them. Pack your own. Say, hey, I ain't got to wait for y'all. Y'all ain't got
Don't you
y'all
know?
you just gotta move forward and make it happen. You can do this. You can do this because it's
Boy.
set for you. It's set before
So
you
very
for
true.
the
So very
purposes of you doing, things above and beyond what you can possibly imagine. The
That's
way
right.
you feel, the way you look, and ultimately, it's not only just for you, but it's for your family.
Yes, indeed.
The family that loves you and the people that love you and want you around and you got stuff to do anyway. God ain't through
don't
with
you?
y'all yet.
I know that's right.
Through with you yet.
I'll be drinking like a camel.
And you the best. Listen, guys, the best sermon is one that somebody sees, not what comes from your mouth.
That's right.
Yes. And I used to have a very wise elder used to say something to me all the time. He said, young man, he says, he's always come to me. He says, what you say, what you do is so loud, I can't hear a word you're saying.
Amen.
Got it? Which means that what you're doing and what you're showing the world tells everything about
All day long. All day
long. You can say all
Yes,
you
sir.
want to, but what they're looking at is the fruits of your labor.
Amen.
So
very
when
true.
you get yourself together, when you start to say, don't think that it's got to be some kind of, glory moment where you got to do all this stuff. Little bit at a time. Crawl,
Yep.
Crawl, walk, run.
There you go.
Crawl, walk, run.
That's it.
Got it?
Yes,
all
sir.
right, family. Y'all got me on here to 9:15.
One last question.
One more. You got Patricia?
Yeah. Hi. No, it's a statement actually about a blood cleanser. I don't know if you remember, I was speaking to you a while back that I put together myself, but of course, listening to you and honors go to you as praise as well for the herbs. So I bought loose herbs a while back and I decided to make this tea. And in chatting with you, all the things that I put together, you told me it was a blood cleanser. What I put together was elderberry, rose hips, cut nettle leaf, sweetened with akia,
acai,
and yam, raw and unfiltered honey. It was very tasty.
All right.
That's what's up.
That sounds like a Thanksgiving drink right there.
Well, what can I say? Make some up and send it something to Dr. Paul and myself. Glory.
It's very tasty. Yes, but I wanted to say thank you. Now, the last thing you mentioned about the time for tomorrow being 11/11, which is also Veterans Day. But what was that again? Would you repeat that, please?
Sure. I was saying that their energy flows. That's a master numbers. Master numbers draw energy. And 11/11 double is also, those are angelic numbers. Also, if you punch in, if you just Google or punch in, some people see that all the time on clocks and things. They look around and say it's 11:11. Every time I turn, it's 11:11. Well, whenever you see that, it's a prayer. It's a time for prayer. It's angelic, time for asking what you want. Things that are coming in the spiritual realm, it's time to ask for the things. Right, tomorrow would be a great time to write down your goals.
Yes,
Your visions, things that you want to happen for your family, protection for your children, prayer time. It's a good time to pray tomorrow. Go into serious prayer. Wake up first thing in the morning. Might be a good time to just isolate 11:11.
I know that's right.
Tomorrow, in prayer. Go into strong prayer tomorrow, 11:11. So it's a lot to, you can just Google or or DuckDuckGo it or or start page it, and then you can see all of the many testimonies about the 11:11 energy. So it's going to be happening tomorrow. So
I see
11:11 all the
My
time.
mother, that's her.
Somebody said they see 11:11 all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my grandmother's death date. I actually lost my grandmother on that day.
Oh, sorry to that, but guess what? That's her reminding you. Let's get this going on. Let's do this, Talia.
Amen. Yes.
Amen on that. I'm gonna get your blessing, girl.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get your blessing.
Wow.
Dr. Paul.
Yes.
And that's the death
quick
date
question.
for my mother too.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah,
the date
yeah.
that she was buried. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say the last thing I want to close. I just want to close out with this last thing, and that is, remember also that in putting out the blessings and for things to come to pass for you, and for the blessings for yourself and your family and someone you're praying for, it's always better to give than receive.
Yes.
All right, now I'm going to go break this one down real quick, and I'm going to let this go. You can't beat God's giving.
I know that's right.
I challenge you to try to give it away.
Yes,
and it's going to come back faster than you let it go out of your hand. But the problem is we hold on to things.
Yes.
We hold on to a lot of grief. We hold on to a lot of anger. And the number one that we hold on that blocks our blessing is unforgiveness.
Mm-hmm. Oh, have mercy. I know that's right.
Unforgiveness. You're holding on to something that somebody did to you back in 1972. You holding on to it, and that person doesn't even know you probably even mad at them.
It is the truth. It is the truth.
And you're holding on to stuff that, we need to forgive and move forward because it blocks you. And it holds on just like a fist. Nothing can get out, nothing can get in. So you got to open it up and let the blessings flow. All right? That's all I want to say to y'all to end off. Let that be something that resonates no matter, what's happening. We are in, these pandemic times, which we've never seen before.
True. That's right.
So we have to have compassion for each other, just because, and give people the benefit of the doubt. Take your time with folks. Don't rush folks.
Yes.
Take your time with folks. Let them speak their mind, speak their piece. And then, communicate. We got to work on all these things of working together, networking together, because sometimes, a lot of the fights and things are starting from misunderstanding.
Yes.
And people are trying to talk over each other. And then, while the person's arguing, that person saying, well, I'm going to say this. When they finish, I'm going to say this. You're not even listening to what they're saying. You are contemplating my response before you even hear what they're saying. So nobody's listening. He said, are you listening to what I'm saying, Big B? No. You got me? So I would just leave that as a last word of advice that say, look, encouragement to everyone, love each other. We have to have compassion for each other. We have to start to now consider each other, right? And what we all are going through. All right. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Dr. Paul.
Thank you, Bishop. Hallelujah.
All right.
Thank you, Dr. Paul.
Dr. Paul, is this on YouTube? What do you put on YouTube? Which shows do you put on YouTube?
And Jackie, I'm so glad you said something, because Big B is going to close this out. He's going to tell you exactly what you need to do. How about that? You right on. You spot on. See the universe moving already. See that?
Got it, Claire.
Moving already.
All right. Just to answer that one question, the primary place that the video ends up is on Dr. Paul's Health Network, right? Okay, but you make sure you got to be a member in order to get access to the family tree. All right, listen, the family tree. The green hour is on YouTube. But this is the family tree, fam. Want to make sure that you get the distinction between the two. All right. Now, to make sure you got a copy of tonight's chat, you want to send an email to mechavideo@gmail.com. Okay, that's mechavideo@gmail.com. And to continue to support us, you must do what we always do, guys. Use Dr. Paul's Cash App and send it out to. Guess what? $ Dr. Paul Hop, all right? Do it that way, or if it's through your bank, you send it to Zelle, mechavideo@comcast.net, or to the P.O. Box, which is P.O. Box 191, Mullica Hill, New Jersey, 08062. And bring the family each and every Wednesday night, because this is the place to be. Yo are healthy now you ever been in your life, so stop acting like you crazy. Come on into the house. Because we love you, man. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, let's get Big B a hand on
Yes,
it.
yes, yes, yes.
Thank you so much, y'all. I really appreciate y'all. Great questions tonight. You know, only thing I want to charge you is the truth tonight. And that just you go and share that information with someone that you love. All right, and remember, family, if you're breathing,
you got a shot. Yes, yes. Good night, baby.
Tap it out.
Everyone have a safe evening.
You got it, Patricia. We appreciate you much.
Appreciate you.
Yes. And thank you for putting that. Thank you for putting that into the chat. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Also support Family Tree. Big B is going to be putting this up, and I want to say so many times, Big B, I just want to thank you for all the commitment that you're doing with the Green Hour and all the things that you do, and you put all this, you edit stuff up. Hey y'all, let me tell y'all, Big B needs another hand over there, because he just does it all. And I'm saying that, you know, I'm not saying that because I like you, man. I'm just saying because you matter so much to making things happen. So we really appreciate you and we love you. All right.
Let you know how much I love the family, boy. That's what's up. See, because he knows I'm gonna mess him up. I'm gonna get on as soon as we get off to make sure he gets the thing together, so I can get his in the first thing in the morning.
All right.
All right, guys. Blessings,
I want to
man.
thank you so much for joining us on the Family Tree.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Yes, good night. Good night. Good night.
Good night.
Hey, get it, Marcus. Hey, got Marcus down, boy.
Look at Marcus.
Hey.
She got this. I'm trying to follow Marcus over there.
Hey, man, good night tonight. Good group tonight. Good class.
Yes.
That's just what's up. We love it like that.
Share
Hey, Dolly and Cynthia. All right. Have a great evening. All right. Trisha. Got a good night's rest.
Go to bed, y'all. Go to bed.
Yes.
Good night, John Boy. Good night, John Boy.
Talk to Daddy and go and rest.
That's right.
Can't rest with good music.
Yeah.
What did you say?
What'd you say, Marcy? You have some caffeine. You better stop that, Marcy.
She said caffeine. What did she say?
You gotta do our tapping.
I can't hear.
Oh, tapping. You gotta do your tapping, Dr. Paul.
Oh, yeah, tapping. Yeah, tap.
I thought she said you gotta do some caffeine. I said, what?
Tap the head, tap the head, tap the head, tap the head, tap the head. Tap the head, right? Yeah. All right. Come down by the chin. Come on by the chin. Deep breathe. Relax. Come down by here. This is the K27 right here. That's the kidneys right here. Right here on the chest. Look, right there. Got it. And then you got the left and the right side is what? Kidneys and what? And the kidneys in the back, right?
Yeah, it's in the back.
All right.
In the back.
In the front. What's in the front? Is the liver on this side or that side?
I
Liver on the right. Right.
It's on the right, the other right.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. That's
All
right.
right, on the other side is the what? Pancreas and the spleen. You got it on the left side.
Pancreas and the spleen.
All right. Take a deep breath in. Breathe in, and breathe out. All right. One more. All right, family. It's a pleasure. God bless y'all. Big God is our prayer. All right. We'll see you next week. Everybody be safe. All right. Catch us on the weekend.
You got it. You got it.